What is good, Meat Boys? This is another super fun one. We got Juicy J, Julian Erosa. Real quick, shout out Juicy J, shout out Debbie, OG Meatheads for sure. And we're always pulling for Erosa, and it's going to be a tough one in this one against Charles Jourdain, who is 11-3-1, coming in off a nice finish. It was late against Marcelo Rojo, and before that, right, he did fight to that close fight with Joshua Culibao, who we were a little bit surprised by that one. Thought that it would be an easier task for him, but Culibao came ready, showed up prepared in that one, and they ended up fighting to a draw. And we know he lost a very close split decision to Touchy Feely before that, but I'm always just reminded of that Duho Choi contest where I feel like we saw the best version of Charles Air Jourdain that we've seen yet. And who we saw in that last fight was pretty dang comparable. So very interested to see how he does against Juicy J. And this one is 25-9. Most recently, unsuccessfully, we tried to meat lock him against Sting, Sungwoo Choi. Not the best call because Sting is legit for sure. And it was a tough night for Erosa despite having 3 straight wins before that. So this one is very interesting. The odds makers have Jourdain at a minus 215 favorite. So a lot of love for the Canadian in that spot. Plus 172 for Juicy J. So we roll within this one, mate.
Yeah, this is a very fun fight. Excited to see Jourdain get back in there. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen him fight in the UFC, so very excited for that. But man, Juicy J always a fan favorite for the Meat Boys, but I can't go with him. I want him to win, and that's why I'm not picking him because the last time I picked him, he lost, and the time before that, I didn't pick him and he won. So I am now going for Air Jourdain, and I hope Juicy J wins purely for Debbie Rosa. That's our girl, at Me Boy MMA. And I actually think Jourdain's gonna win this one. To be honest, though, I think he's gonna get a flying knee knockout. I'm a little worried if it hits the mats though, because I think Juicy J has a way better grappling game. That is my biggest concern. If it stays on the feet, I think Jourdain can get it done. I just don't really know how it's going to go on the ground. I just see Juicy J mauling him and overpowering him.
Well, and that's what's interesting because I was going to ask you about, how you see this playing down on the mat. Because if we remember, Jourdain is a legit black belt himself, and while he might not have like the submission wins, he has 3 of them. He doesn't have as many submission wins as Juicy J, who at any moment is a threat to submit you. But this is a guy under Fabio Holanda who does have some pretty competent BJJ. So would it surprise you, like knowing he's a legit black belt? Obviously, Juicy J has his skills. Would it surprise you if like somehow this hits the mat and ultimately Jourdain even has an advantage there?
If it does, because yeah, we really haven't seen him on the mat too much, right? But we've seen Erosa's, grappling, and he's a very strong wrestler, pretty good jiu-jitsu. But I would say his strength and his conditioning and his wrestling is possibly me have the upper edge. But maybe Air Jourdain surprises me. I just don't see it. But maybe that black belt BJJ can really help. I just think the wrestling will be smothering him. It'll be too hard to pull off his ground submissions unless Jourdain's on top, which I don't know. I just don't see it. But maybe I'm way off on that. But I just know on the feet, Jourdain's got this as a lock. As the Tapology shows, 80% going with the Air Boy, and knockout is predicted.
Yeah, and I think there's with good reason, right? I think that he is probably a wise favorite to get the finish in this one, and I'm just I hope this does hit the mat because if we also look at it, Juicy J's a way bigger dude, right? He's 6'1". He's gonna have that nice 5-inch reach advantage, almost 6. So if he is able to clinch up, take this thing down to the mat, I don't know. I think it's could get very interesting down there, but I agree with your assessment in that I think Air Jourdain will have the advantages for as long as this fight stays standing and. Based on what you've shared, I think that it's likely that it does. So I'm with you in this one. I'm gonna roll with Charles Air Jourdain. I like feel it in my heart. It doesn't feel good picking against Juicy J because we rep for Erosa always, but this is a tough contest against a gritty younger Charles Air Jourdain. And while he doesn't have as much experience professionally as Juicy J, I think at this point in their careers he's going to have more skills. So. This one should be fun nonetheless. I'm with you though 100%. I'm going Jourdain by finish. And I'm stoked for this contest. So apologies, Debbie. We know you'll be giving it to us in the chat, but any last thoughts on this one, mate?
No, this is a fun fight. Yeah, Debbie, let us know how your son's gonna do it. Maybe we call you Mystic Debbie. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, throw in the comments who you guys like, and check out our meat lock in the main event and our other videos. Yo.